Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC P0746, indicates that the automatic transmission AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A is stuck off within the Honda Civic models from 2006 to 2011. This solenoid is crucial for controlling the hydraulic pressure within the transmission system, affecting how gears engage and shift. When this solenoid fails or becomes stuck, it can lead to significant transmission issues, including rough or delayed shifting and potential damage to other internal transmission components. In essence, the solenoid acts as a valve. It regulates the transmission fluid that applies pressure to the clutches. A failure to operate correctly will affect the overall transmission performance. Hence, effective troubleshooting is necessary to avoid further complications and ensure the vehicle operates smoothly. DTC P0746 is linked specifically to the AT clutch pressure control solenoid, which is located within the transmission assembly of the Honda Civic. This crucial component's primary role is to regulate the hydraulic pressure that engages the transmission clutches. If the solenoid does not work as intended and remains in the off position, it disrupts the normal hydraulic operation of the transmission, causing shifting issues. The hydraulic pressure is essential for smooth operation, and without it, the vehicle may struggle to shift gears effectively. Knowing the location and function of this solenoid aids in efficient troubleshooting. Additionally, the transmission assembly houses various critical components that must work in unison for successful gear engagement. There are several possible causes behind DTC P0746. One major issue could be that the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve itself is physically stuck in the off position. This could be due to wear, debris, or internal damage. Another potential cause is low automatic transmission fluid, ATF levels, which can lead to inadequate lubrication and pressure regulation within the transmission. Moreover, contaminated transmission fluid is a concern, as metal shavings or debris can obstruct the functioning of hydraulic components, including the solenoid. All potential causes need to be systematically evaluated to pinpoint the root of the problem effectively, and performing thorough inspections is essential for accurate diagnosis. The symptoms associated with DTC P0746 can significantly impact driving experience. One common sign is a rough or erratic shifting experience, where the vehicle may struggle to change gears smoothly, posing a risk to the driving dynamics. Additionally, delays in gear shifts are frequent, meaning that the driver may feel a lag when accelerating or decelerating. In severe cases, this can lead to transmission overheating, as the solenoid's malfunction can prevent effective fluid circulation and cooling. If these symptoms become prevalent, they can also lead to further damage within the transmission system, highlighting the need for timely diagnostic procedures. In the first step of troubleshooting DTC P0746, the engine must be warmed up to its normal operating temperature. This ensures that all components are functioning under typical conditions, and it activates the radiator fan, which signifies that the cooling system is also operational. Checking the radiator fan function is essential, as it will prevent overheating when proceeding with further tests. This initial warm-up step is critical for collecting accurate diagnostic data during the troubleshooting process, as it prepares both the transmission and engine systems for optimal performance assessment. The second step involves checking the transmission fluid level, which is vitally important for the proper operation. Keeping the transmission filled to the correct level prevents issues related to fluid starvation and showcases the health of the transmission system. Additionally, any visible fluid leaks should be inspected, as they could indicate potential issues both with the fluid and internal components. Maintaining fluid quality is equally critical. Contaminated or old fluid must be addressed to avoid further complications down the line. This step sets the foundation for understanding the overall system health of the transmission. In this step, the automatic transmission fluid, ATF, must be drained through a strainer, allowing for an inspection of any metal debris or excessive clutch material within the fluid. Finding metal shavings can indicate significant internal wear and damage within the transmission, suggesting that further action, such as replacing the entire transmission system, may be necessary. Conversely, excessive clutch material points to potential clutch failure, which also necessitates a closer examination. This inspection is a crucial diagnostic step, as it determines the next phase of action based on the findings observed during the fluid examination. Should the strainer reveal significant metal debris or excessive clutch material during the inspection, the solution could entail replacing the entire transmission. This severe measure is often warranted when extensive wear is detected, and it's essential to prevent further damage to the vehicle. If the fluid appears clear without debris, it is advisable to replace the automatic transmission fluid, ATF, to refresh the hydraulic system before moving to the next step of the troubleshooting process. The state of the fluid and materials found will dictate the necessary actions, ensuring an effective and informed approach to resolving DTC P0746. For this step, the ignition switch must be turned to the on position, giving access to the vehicle's electrical systems without starting the engine. This prepares the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, for the next action, which involves clearing the DTC from the system. Using the HDS allows for a precise reset of any recorded trouble codes, enabling technicians to proceed with testing the system anew. Clearing the DTC is vital for determining if the previous error code persists or if it is an intermittent failure that requires further investigation. During the sixth step, a test drive must be performed with the shift lever in the drive position. This allows the transmission to engage and shift through all 5 gears as intended, proactively testing the operational integrity of the transmission under real-world driving conditions. It's vital to slow down to a stop and shift to neutral, followed by a shift to reverse, driving for at least 2 seconds to complete the test drive cycle. Monitoring performance during this stage can reveal if previously observed symptoms are alleviated, and further observations should be recorded to assess if DTC P0746 returns. In this step, the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, must be used to monitor the onboard diagnostics OBD status for code P0746. Checking the status is vital to see if the code has returned following the previous tests, indicating whether the issue persists. If the HDS indicates that the status has failed, this suggests that the problem with the solenoid or associated systems remains. Conversely, if the HDS indicates that the status is passed or not completed, it reveals that the system might have cleared the issue temporarily or remains incomplete in its checks. This monitoring plays a critical role in ascertaining the viability of previous troubleshooting efforts. When the HDS indicates a failed status, the next step is to clear the DTC again, using the Honda Diagnostic System. This clearing process resets the monitoring systems and allows for an inspection of the system components in a clean state. After clearing, technicians will proceed to test the AT clutch pressure control linear solenoid valve A using the HDS. This testing will diagnose whether the solenoid itself is functioning correctly, informing the technician of the next steps based on results. It is essential to follow the diagnostic protocol strictly, as it ensures thorough answers to the issues presented by the original DTC. In this step, The solenoid valve's functionality is assessed through the HDS, which will indicate if AT clutch pressure control solenoid, valve A, operates normally. The test results are pivotal. If the HDS shows normal operation, it suggests that the issue might be marked as an intermittent failure, indicating that the system performs correctly at that moment. However, if the solenoid does not operate normally, the HDS will provide further instructions to address the issue. It's vital to consider that any lack of clarity or continued failure may lead to the need for inspecting the solenoid or other related components to further troubleshoot the problem accurately. The inspection of the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A follows after testing. This diagnostic step requires technicians to evaluate whether the solenoid operates as intended in its hydraulic system. Proper operation is essential for normal transmission functioning, and if the solenoid is confirmed to be working correctly, further investigation of the hydraulic system becomes necessary. Issues could be linked to the shift valve A or other transmission components requiring attention or replacement. Should the operation be inadequate, it generally leads to the conclusion that the solenoid needs replacement before proceeding into further replacement of the entire transmission system. If the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A fails to operate correctly, the best course of action is to replace the defective solenoid with a new one. This step is crucial to restoring normal operational functionality to the transmission system. After replacing the solenoid, it's essential to conduct the necessary tests to ensure that the system is now functioning appropriately. Once replacements or repairs are complete, turning the ignition switch to the on position sets the stage for the next series of checks, ensuring everything is aligned for optimal testing. After any repairs or replacements, it's vital to clear the DTC again with the HDS to refresh the system's memory. This clearance resets any previous codes that may affect the performance evaluations moving forward. Ensuring that all systems are reset allows for a clean slate to assess the functionality of the vehicle's transmission and its components accurately. After this, the technician can prepare for another test drive to evaluate whether the repair was successful and if the solenoid is now functioning as expected. This step is integral to confirming that all addressed issues have been resolved. The 13th step involves conducting another test drive, ensuring the shift lever is in the drive position. This follow-up drive allows the technician to assess the transmission's ability to shift through all 5 gears seamlessly. By confirming the system's performance under operational conditions, insights into the effectiveness of the previous repairs become evident. After completing the drive, the technician should watch for any reoccurrence of the DTC P0746. Establishing whether the code returns or not indicates if the issue has been successfully resolved or if further action is necessary. Following the test drive, the technician must check for any pending or confirmed DTCs with the HDS. This diagnostic step helps in identifying whether DTC P0746 returns or if any new codes have appeared, which may assist in pinpointing any underlying problems that weren't addressed. When using the HDS to look for faults, the outcome indicates how well the previous troubleshooting and repairs have performed. If DTC P0746 is indicated, it suggests that the issue persists, necessitating the next steps to resolve it effectively. This stage is critical for ensuring that the diagnosis remains targeted and efficient. In the final troubleshooting step, the HDS must once again be used to monitor the onboard diagnostics OBD status for code P0746. It's crucial to assess whether the system has returned to a pass or remains at a fail status. When observing the OBD status, should the system indicate a pass, This generally suggests that no immediate issues are affecting the transmission, and troubleshooting is then maintained at completion. In contrast, if the status remains at fail, this indicates ongoing problems that will require circling back to Step 8 for further tests. This stage is pivotal in confirming that the diagnostic process concludes satisfactorily or needs further attention. The final verification involves comprehensive testing of all transmission functions after completing the troubleshooting and repairs related to DTC P0746. It's essential to ensure that the vehicle now exhibits normal performance across shifting patterns, indicating that the previous issues have been addressed effectively. Checking for no pending DTCs provides clarity on the overall health of the transmission system, ensuring no hidden problems remain. Assuring proper operation is restored is crucial for customer satisfaction and vehicle reliability. This verification step is as important as the troubleshooting itself, ensuring that repairs lead to successful resolutions. Preventive maintenance is vital in prolonging the longevity of the Honda Civics transmission system and minimizing the risk of encountering issues such as DTC P0746 in the future. Regular checks on the transmission fluid levels can catch potential problems early, ensuring that the fluid remains at optimal levels. Inspecting essential transmission components regularly can help identify wear or obstruction that could lead to fluid contamination or solenoid failures. Additionally, following the manufacturer's recommendations for changing automatic transmission fluid, ATF, will maintain the fluid's protective qualities and lubrication abilities. This proactive maintenance routine is essential for ensuring smooth operation and transmission health. In conclusion, DTC P0746 serves as a warning sign pointing to problems with the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A in Honda Civics manufactured between 2006 and 2011. Solenoid failures can lead to adverse transmission symptoms, and following a structured troubleshooting process is essential for accurate diagnosis and effective repair. It is equally important to emphasize that regular maintenance routines are critical in preventing the recurrence of such issues. Consistently checking transmission fluid level and health can save time, money, and potentially serious mechanical problems down the line. Adopting preventive measures enhances the reliability of your vehicle and plays a crucial role in your overall driving experience. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.